a whole team of people who we're super excited to have here. We have little Taylor here, who's, by the way, a celebrity. We see her all the time on the Shriners commercials. We're so excited to have her here. But there is a great event coming up, which is why we have the vintage car here today in our parking lot, which is really cool. Let's go ahead and start with you, Joanne. Tell us what this event is and why this is so special for Shriners Hospitals, which we're going to talk about.
Well, we are having the first ever inaugural Gasparilla Concours d'Elegance in Curtis Hickson Park.
That's a fancy name. I like it for a fancy event.
That is it. We want to join the Gasparilla social season, and Concours d'Elegances are something quite different than car shows. They are all about historic, rare, important cars that are all original. So we want to show people everything from 1900 up to the 1970s, some really exquisite cars.
Brando's here going to tell us about this beauty right here in just a moment. But this is all to support Shriners Hospital, and talk about why an event like this is so important and specifically what this money is being raised for.
Well, we're very grateful to the committee for putting this event together, and we're working in partnership to raise money for wheelchairs for our patients. So we make customized wheelchairs. Last year we made 360 of them, and not only the wheelchairs but the seating systems as well, so children can become more independent. So we help children with orthopedic problems regardless of the family's ability to pay, so this is extremely important for us to continue our mission.
Yeah, and that's why we're so excited to have Taylor here.
Absolutely, getting to know these wonderful patients like Taylor. Taylor, how long have you been a patient of Shriners Hospital?
Since I was 6 weeks old.
And again, she 7, 9? How old were you?
9.
9 years old, and I got to tell you, she has a great fashion sense, and also talks about the treatment, though she is able to get at Shriners, and the wheelchair you have here. They've really been able to help you out, right?
Yeah, a really lot, and I really appreciate it, and I'm thankful.
I am loving this one right here. I am loving this one. And if this is not enough, getting out and enjoying some cars is enough. That's where we bring Brando in here. I love that I matched the car. Completely coincidence. So explain what we do have behind us.
Actually, Natalie, it wasn't a coincidence. I asked you what color dress you're going to wear this today. And so I brought the color to match the dress.
You weren't supposed to tell. Our secret's up now, Brando.
So, well, this is a 1913 Renault Model EK. And it was built during the time that the beginning of the century of when cars was actually far and few between. So they built something very small to conform with all the standards of France. So this is called a torpedo as well, because if you look at the back, there's a one-seater, and which means it can only fit like a toolbox in there. This car is a 2-cylinder, and so it's a very typical car of that era. It would have been somebody who had some money to obviously afford this car.
One example of the many things that you can see, too.
I know. Well, and I wanted to get Taylor, what's your thought on this car? I'm thinking it's kind of your size, too. Can you picture yourself driving around in this thing?
Maybe if I get a driver's license.
A driver's license, that's first. I love how responsible she is. Well, and what's really interesting about Taylor's story, and what I was learning about you guys, too, about the wheelchairs, is a lot of times when you raise money for the wheelchairs, you think, okay, they have one and they're good to go. But she's going in once a week to make sure that they're maintained properly and growing with her, correct?
Yes, there's a lot of modifications and customization that's made with the seating system, so it's not just the wheelchair, but since the child has to be in the wheelchair most of the day, they want to make sure that it's absolutely fitted to their specifications and comfortable for them. So, and they're very costly, so they can range in cost from a couple $1,000s all the way up to $50,000 for a child with a more complex condition.
That's why we're so excited about events like these. Any other highlights we should mention before we wrap up about this event, how people can get involved?
Yes, it's a 3-day event. Friday is at 6 to 9 p.m. That's when our charity auction is, so please come out. All the proceeds go to Shriners Hospital. Saturday is from 9:30 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. All the proceeds go there too, and you'll see cars that have never been seen in public before. And then Sunday we have a Sunday tour going around historic parts of Tampa and ending up at the Columbia Restaurant.
All right,
Lots of fun.
Good.
Curtis Hickson Park.
Curtis Hickson Park. We'll make sure and put all the details on our website as well.
And you know what we were talking about, of course, the medical treatment, the wheelchair. I want Taylor to end on this segment. Taylor, we talked about some of your friends that you've already met at Shriners Hospital. How nice is that to be able to get to know kids like yourself?
It makes me feel so happy, and it makes me feel a part of like being social and not having to always stay at home and not be around kids.
I don't know what sells it better right here. I gotta tell you. Hey, no offense, Brando, your car's fabulous, but Taylor may take the cake on this one.
Just leave Taylor in the car here. We'll take it from here, all right?
Well, thank you so much. Best of luck on the event. Taylor, nice to meet you as well. And also, coming up on the show.
I know. Well, and you're from South Africa, right?
Yes.
So we're actually getting ready to do a satellite interview from South Africa.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, with this lion whisperer, he's so called.
You whisper lions or just whisper cars?
I whisper women.
Ah, good answer. We got to go to break on that one. Good one.